We may have just been a witness to what'll go down as the biggest and most culturally impactful rap beef to date. Literal history is being made here, my nigga. I could talk about how important this shit really is all day, but this isn't going to be an in-depth analysis explaining everything about the beef. Nah. Some additional context will be given for better understanding, but ultimately I want to talk specifically about Drake's side of things. Cause this nigga been pissing me off. Literally everything he's done up to this point is blatantly lie and self-report. The Heart Part 6 has to be the worst Drake track I've ever had the displeasure of hearing. Let me go ahead and say that I'm not saying Kendrick isn't lying on his raps. Because as of right now, both sides have yet to show proof of, their accusations and stuff. But Drake has such a long ass history of lying for no reason, and somehow people are still blindly dick riding him. I'm getting extremely dangerous, lethal amounts of secondhand embarrassment just listening to this shit, bro. So in this video, I'm just gonna be dissecting some of his lines in his recent tracks in no real order. But I want to start with the most telling slip up in this entire beef, which is in The Heart Part 6, where he says, "Only fucking with Whitney's, not Millie Bobby Brown's." Nigga, who the f said anything about Millie Bobby Brown? Why is you even fixing your mouth to mention that girl's name when you being accused of being within alarming proximity to little girls? You do a Kendrick job for him. Now for context, Millie Bobby Brown is an actress who gained recognition for her role as Eleven in the Netflix show Stranger Things. It was around 2018 where she revealed that she and Drake had a very close relationship and have hung out together on multiple occasions, with Millie even mentioning in an interview that they text all the time.
We just texted each other the other day and he was like, "I miss you so much." I was like, "I miss you more."
Among other things that she decided not to speak about. Now for a quick second, forget that I even mentioned their names. Because I want to ask you, in what world would it be appropriate for a 15-year-old and an unrelated random 31-year-old to have this kind of relationship? For Drake to randomly mention her name when accused of being a PDF, when nobody has mentioned her name in any raps since that one song where you threatened niggas that would bring up Millie Bobby Brown to you, it definitely sounds like the lyrics of a guilty ass nigga to me. But anyways, I don't know how, but it gets worse, cause then he says, "I never looked twice at no teenager. This is pretty crazy coming from someone who is expertly documented to have frequently been seen within questionable proximity to teenage women, teenage girls, even going as far as being a grown man in his late 20s being invested in high school girls basketball, to the point where you even had a favorite team and a player. Then going as far as having a whole music video where you're a high school girls basketball coach. That was a very weird video. If that's not crazy, high school pics, you was even bad then. What did he mean by that? This Epstein angle was the shit I expected. Why? Why and how did you expect it? And why is you even mentioning that man to begin with? He actually did expect it, since he alluded to it within a tailor-made freestyle in Tupac's verse, where he essentially tried to soften the hit by predicting it, I guess. But this is still not the gotcha you think it is. You just sound like you know you're guilty, bro. I'm way too famous for the shit you just suggested. What does fame have to do with that? This is the nastiest excuse ever, because actually, on second thought, fame does have a lot to do with being a diddler. These sick people feel more inclined to act upon sick desires because of their fame and the power that comes with it in their respective industry, which means they are much more likely to get away with shit like this. And it is a tale as old as time itself that we have seen unfold many times. So you saying you're too famous to not be one just might be the worst counter-argument to being accused of diddling of all time. If I was fucking young girls, I promise I'd have been arrested. This is an even worse counter-argument, right? Because nobody has ever gotten away with diddling. Not R. Kelly, not Dan Schneider, not Epstein, not nobody on Epstein's list, not Bill Cosby, not Diddy. That don't work, Drake. There's no way out of this one.
You're done.
Drake is not a name that you gon' see on no sex offender list.
Sure, buddy.
I never been with no one underage, but
look, if you have to explicitly state that in the middle of a rap battle, that's how you know you lost, bro. Because how do you come back from that?
I got your fucking lines tapped. I swear that I'm dialed in.
No, you not, nigga. No, you not. You mean to tell me you went out and recorded the entirety of the Family Matters video to go along with the 7-minute song? Yo, I'm talking crushing Kendrick's supposed van in the junkyard, going to New How King, who By the way, they the real winners of this beef if we being for real.
Since the song was released Tuesday, Google reviews for the establishment have been soaring with positive feedback, with most mentioning the song and their now famous dish.
Wearing Pharrell's jewelry, which, by the way, you also lied about melting down last year. Don't think we forgot. You filmed all of this, but not a single piece of documented evidence that proves you actually planted a mole and fake evidence. All right, buddy. Before we move on, I'd like to shout out today's sponsor, Surfshark VPN, the #1 solution for online privacy and security. Surfshark VPN boasts the most secure protection from online threats, such as data leaks, viruses, hackers, and any other malicious entities lurking around. This allows you to surf the web in true privacy, fully encrypting your internet traffic with a seamless browsing experience. With servers in countries all around the globe, Surfshark allows you to watch any content that would otherwise not be available in your country due to geo-restrictions. Many streaming services will offer different shows and movies depending on the country. However, within seconds of connecting to a Surfshark VPN, you'll be able to access and browse all of your favorite movies and shows with ease. And the best parts? If you sign up and enter the coupon code Toonarii or click the link in the description, you can get an exclusive offer of 4 extra months free. 4 months free with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Don't say I never do anything for y'all. Secure your privacy with Surfshark. Make sure to use code Toonarii for 4 extra months free upon signing up. And thank you, Surfshark, for sponsoring this video.
The ones that you getting your stories from, they all clowns.
You literally just said that you the one that's dialed in, so I don't know why he says this right after. I don't even have to say anything about this line, considering what he said before and then seconds later.
We plotted for a week and then we fed you the information.
So aside from this being a very painfully obvious slip up here, one thing about liars is when you ask them to recall the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, they may consciously or subconsciously change certain details of the story. And I think this is a good example of that. This is also a good example of why lawyers don't want their clients to say anything. That's how you can tell he's panicking and rushing as he's writing this verse. And I know he's writing this verse because of how soggy this whole shit sounds.
Then it was the boss. I guess she called off work.
From the wordplay to the rhyme schemes and the excuses and the talking points and everything in between, especially compared to Family Matters. But either way, no sane person believed this lame-ass last-second lie for many reasons, right? But like one of them being, why did it take you so long to reveal that? Not even reveal. You haven't revealed any information properly. He kept hyping up the red button. He told streamers to stay on stream. Filmed the whole music video just for Kendrick to take less than an hour to reply to Family Matters. And Drake instantly went to Instagram trolling instead of actually responding to him like he would if he was actually dialed in to Kendrick's camp, the way that Kendrick was to OVO. Dude responded days later with this half-cooked, soggy Burger King 10-piece chicken nugget diss track.
I don't wanna dish you anymore.
We can tell.
The album dropping soon, no wonder you turn a clout chaser instead of doing all.
You calling Kendrick Lamar a clout chaser? This how you know Drake pulling anything out of his ass, because what are we really talking about here, bro? You can call me a dick rider or whatever, but I feel like calling Kendrick a clout chaser, of all people at this point in his career, is definitely one of the biggest reaches we'll be seeing in all of 2024. No, he didn't, bro. He explicitly said in Duckworth that Top spared him because he liked him. Literally word for word, he said that he liked him and then let him slide. You couldn't possibly make it any more clearer than that.
Mother, wait a second. That's that one record where you say you got molested.
No, nigga, no. He said multiple times he didn't get touched. Kendrick's music cannot be that hard to comprehend, bruh. The worst part of this is he then tries to commit to the angle that K-Dot is so obsessed with PDF raps because he got touched. There's so many things wrong with this stance. For one, the entire track went over your head, dumbass nigga. He said he didn't get assaulted, but his mother didn't believe him because she had gotten assaulted in the past and was still affected by the trauma, inadvertently passing it down to him. Number two, you don't have to have gotten assaulted to hate pedophiles. What are we talking about? No, and three, What the f is pedophile raps? And why are you calling it that if he's rapping about you, nigga? This is the same exact song, the same verse where he says, "Nuh-uh, I'm not a pedophile." Then it calls Kendrick's diss towards Drake pedophile raps. That's how you know he don't got a single neuron transmitted properly in that big ass head of his. And to make matters worse, in the same song he says,
"But you so thirsty, you not concerned with investigation. You gotta learn to fact check things and be less impatient."
The last thing about this part, the transition into the realization was the most light-skinned shit ever, bro. My mom came over and I was like, mother, That shit was corny as f, nigga. Lastly, Drake has really been trying to force this angle that Kendrick's child is actually Dave Freeze, his childhood friend and collaborator. Like a good chunk of Drake's ammunition on Kendrick has been this. You would think that Drake is beefing with Dave instead of Kendrick. But not only is there no proof of that, not even academics believe that. And you couldn't surgically remove Drake's balls out of this nigga's mouth if you tried. So if he doesn't believe that, good luck trying to convince anybody else. But also another one of Drake's rapping points, I guess, would be that Kendrick allegedly puts his hand on his wife, among other things regarding their rocky relationship. While Kendrick has been very vocal about his spousal troubles within his music, he's never said anything about the abuse situation, at least outside of when he declared the allegations false in the Breakfast Club years ago.
Yeah, because it's foolishness. That's the most ignorant stuff I've ever heard made up on
I was like,
on
Kendrick did that? I doubt it.
And, you know, that person, whoever made that up, owes an apology. Not to me, but to women that actually go out there and get abused. You dig what I'm saying?
Another thing to keep in mind is that Kendrick's wife, Whitney, has a brother who continually supports Kendrick to this day. Now, I don't have a sister, but if I did, and my sister's husband was putting his hands on her, one of us is going to jail. Maybe that's just me though. Still, that doesn't exactly disprove these accusations, but it definitely largely discredits them. Anyways, for me, I think the most telling part of the Heart Part 6 that screams this nigga lost and he knows it is the fact that he stops rapping and just starts talking for the last minute and a half. This might be the most defeated I've ever heard a grown man sound on a rap song while still trying to play it off like they won. It's just fucking depressing.
I'm not gonna lie.
This entire song consists of you lying.
This shit was some good exercise.
No, it wasn't.
I was like, it's good to get out, get the pen working.
Nigga, that pen not doing shit. See, there he go lying again. Whoever wrote that B sharp line, fire him.
You would be a worthy competitor.
Would?
If I was really a predator.
You are.
And you weren't fucking lying. Yes. You definitely got this shit burnt the fuck out though. Like, you got 10 more records to drop.
Why you sound like you just got yelled at?
The one before the last one, we finessed you into telling a story that doesn't even exist.
Who, bro? The clowns? Was it the clowns, Mr. War General?
I'm happy I can motivate you, bring you back to the game, like, you know, but just let me know when we get into the facts.
All of these lies aside, this track is horrible. And it's a damn shame that it carries the same name as Kendrick's The Heart series. Yes, that was the point of the name, I know. But it's the fact that this nigga embarrassed himself on it, sounding like a lost and confused man and incriminating himself. The Millie Bobby Brown line, the Epstein line, the numerous PDF lines, I can go on. If it was a good track in this record, I would have said, well, play it on the name. But he tarnished the shit out of the Heart series name in the complete opposite way that he was intending to. Now, should Kendrick do with the Heart Part 6? Everybody will be reminded of this sorry-ass performance Drake did on this diss. Like I said in the beginning of the video, there are plenty of accusations and allegations from both sides with no proof as of right now when I'm making this video. However, I'm still way more inclined to believe Dowd over Drake. For one, Kendrick doesn't have a lifelong, career-long history of lying, manipulating, and weird allegations. For two, most of the shit Dot been saying about Drake, we've been seeing. For somebody at his big age, he's been seen very frequently around little-ass teenage girls. But because it's Drake, you got grown-ass men with sons and daughters of their own making excuses for him. Drake not only clearly lost the battle miserably, but also is most definitely a pedophile in the eyes of literally anybody who possesses critical thinking skills. Everything else in between is up for debating, which includes the allegations made between each other, as well as who really went the hardest. That last part I personally don't think is a debate, though Kendrick easily cleared, bruh. But I will say, the last 2 beat switches of Family Matters, generational performance. The beats was hard as fuck and he was rapping his ass off, even if he was sneaking some nonsense in there. So I'll give him his credit for some of Family Matters. But you're not fooling anybody, old man. You're bringing up Millie, Bobby Brown, and Epstein when nobody has mentioned them? You know what?
Yo, Drizzy, I got a message for you. This goes out to Drizzy. What's up, baby? I see you. I know what you do out there with the OVO swingers. All right, go easy on the young ones, my man. I saw you on TV last night. Was it clean what you said? Stay off that television set. You talking crazy, looking crazy, your clothes look crazy. You look ridiculous. What do you mean you're too famous to be a pedophile? What do you mean you expected the FC route? What do you mean, Aubrey? We're gonna keep our children away from you, little nigga. Stop touching the little ones.
Aye. Monster Hunter, beat ho, Debo, any rap nigga, he a free throw. Man down, call like Amber Lambs, tell him free, bro. Nail a nigga to the cross, he walk around like Tizo. What's up with these jabroni ass niggas trying to see Compton? They in the street and hate me, fuck them all in the mama. How many options you really got? I mean, there's too many options. I'm finna pass on this body, I'm John Stockton. Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up to score with him. Walking down whole time, I know he got some hoe in him. Pull on him, extort shit, bully the flow on him. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1.